Hello everyone and welcome to another AFK journey video. This video is about Clashfronts Game 4, Round 4 from my guild, BTGM. And this one was a little more exciting because we took the fight to Mordor this time, trying to keep them off the board. So we're going to watch the replay. And here we go. The Vanguard skirmishes start. And we sweep across the board on Vanguard skirmishes on every single tile again, which we've proven that we can do. We're going to see Ike gets one, I get one, Say gets one. Yantron gets his, I get another one, and that's all of them. Alright, and now Siege Magic is coming out, and we've got two big battles where Siege Magic is involved against Mordor. You can see our numbers are vastly insufficient here. They've got 5,000, we've got 3,200, and then we've got a little more than them up here. So now the fight is going to begin. We're going to scroll up and show that we had, minor fights here, and we did have a teeny tiny Vanguard fight up there versus Lord. But anyway, the two you want to watch are these two, right? And this one right here with Lord. We see streaks coming out. Nico, I got one. Ike gets a huge 12-win streak on that tile. Yantron gets an 8-win streak. Seraphim gets a 6-win streak. Then we're getting streaked on. Then I get a 10-win streak down here, which you can see we're still losing pretty bad. We've got this one under control. Nami gets a 5, Max gets a 3. Captured that one, captured that one. Calico Cat gets a 3-win streak. Mason gets a 3-win streak down here. Maya gets a 6-win streak up here. This one's, we're okay. We got this one, right? Down here, we're getting beat badly, right? So let's go ahead and zoom in on it. You can see the numbers. We're down to our last few teams. I think Say. Then I've got a team left, maybe two, and I think Ike is there as well. I've got one team left, I think. And then you can see it's going in our favor. It's going in our favor. Hey, look at that. We've only got 2 left. They got 1 left. And then one of these icons should be Ike, I believe, right? We're going to see that. One of those is me, and one of those is Ike in reserve. So we ended up winning with just 2 teams left. We'll get to that in a second. I'm really excited about that fight. That was a really, really close one, and we pulled it out thanks to some good work from everybody involved. And we'll point that out. Right, so here's our tower stuff. Forget that. Let's start up top. I don't think anything major happened up here. We had Say blowing people up. Lord for that. Yamato got a 3-win streak. And Say wipes it up with a 4-win streak, and we control that tile, right? We didn't put up much of a fight here. We did get a 3-way fight on Vanguard, in which Seraphim killed it all with Chimera. We were good there, and then Proto beats a Lone Man for some points for them. Alright, this tile, Ike beat a Landau. Yep, very solid win there versus Chimera. We won the tile easily. I think it was just a Vanguard fight. Same here. Okay, we had 5 teams versus 9 on Friday lunch. They pushed in on the side with us. In a second, we'll see the Yantron. Did Yantron solo this? No. He almost soloed it, but then he got beat, and then I cleaned it up. What group was that? Oh, that's my Perseus. So my Perseus didn't get to do much fighting this week. Let's see what Yantron's 8-win streak was. Yeah, he almost soloed the entire fight versus Friday lunch with his Siren Lily May. Alright, let's see. Where's the next least exciting one here? Ike killed Llama Life with the new Alna group that he's running. Let's take a quick look at that one versus Llama Life, because that's the new character. Looks like he's making Faramore the Winter Warrior. They're jumping in and then just doing all kinds of damage before even Faramore finally gets to ult, but it's already pretty much over by the time he ults. So you can imagine how much more damage Faramore would have done with that ult going off as well. That's a pretty nasty little group. Let's see if there's anything else worth seeing on the Lord fight. Yeah, it's going to be more of the same there. They just did put up a fight versus Faramore. Alright, moving on over here. Let's take a look at this one. I had a Vanguard fight versus Enora with my Gala. Let's take a quick look at that real quick. This is my standard Gala group. I've changed the positioning a little bit. You can see it's the same type of thing that you saw with Ike's fight, because everybody's rushing in. It's It's a Mauler group, but then Galahad stays back and does her thing. Yep. Alright, the other fight versus... There was no other fight, that's right. And then, okay, so now we started off... Whitebeard starts us off, doesn't get a streak, but Alexandria, for Lord, gets a 2-win streak. Ling Ling gets a 2-win streak to get us back on track with the Marseille group. Alexandria streaks again for Lord. So, good for them. They're getting some streaks in. So they're beating us and Mordor up. Nico comes in with a 2-win streak for us with the Marseille group. Alexandria streaks again with another 4-win streak. Bonnie Tassie Satrana. Double Dino gets a 2-win streak for Mordor. Shamira. Nico Robin gets us back on the right track with the Shamira 3-win streak. And then there's no streaking for a while until Whitebeard gets one. Bonnie Tassie Satrana. And Nora streaks for Mordor. 3-win streak with the Cryo build. Seraphim gets a 2-win streak. Athalia. Igor. Vixen streaks for Mordor 2. Versus Marseille. So there's not a whole lot of heavy streaking here. It's just back and forth, and we ended up having the advantage on this tile anyway. So Shamir for Max. Mia gets a very, very strong 6-win streak. Yes, Marseille. Excellent. So that really helped us turn the tide and make sure we were going to win that. But Vixen gets a 2-win. Shanks finishes things up with a 4-win streak. So my guys didn't even get to fight, but they went on to the trial guard stage. We still had me, Immortal, Say, Mia, Max, John, Ling Ling. We had plenty of teams left in reserve there. May wasn't even in reserve. So let's see how many we end up having left, right? So it was 18 out of 35. We went up against 29 of Mordor and 7 of Lords, right? So that one didn't really get threatened too badly. So here's the real fun part, right? We had 38 teams. We ended up with 2. Mordor had 60 teams. We got rid of all of them, plus another 11 from Friday Lunch. So I went up against my Swagger for the... Yeah, this is my Alna team. Let's take a look at it. You're going to see Cryo is the Winter Warrior. Cryo ults. We've already lost Aliceth and Miru, but the win condition is getting Cryo out of the box of Pandora and keeping Pandora alive and enough to get her out of the box, and then she just ults until everybody dies, essentially. We still have Mahira to deal with, but then she ulted it. Done.
How I wish to freeze this moment forever.
Yeah, so basically I'm sacrificing a lot of survivability of my other guys like Niru and Aliceth and possibly even Pandora before it's over, but she should technically live. Sometimes it ends up being just Cryo and Alma left. Alright, so we got the win there on the skirmish. Let's see what happens with streaking, right? So Mordor gets a 2-win. Actually, I'm sorry, it was a 3-win because it's shifted over to the side with their Marseille group. Boss gets a nice, strong 4-win streak to get us started off to break their streaking with the Marseille. Friday Lunch gets a 2-win streak. Fairy gets a 2-win streak. Mation gets a 2-win streak. So it's just kind of a lot of sputtering here. Not a whole lot of strong streaking yet. Kihala gets a 3-win streak with Shamira. Cloudy Mothy, okay, from Friday Lunch gets a 4-win streak. Double Dino. 2-win streak. Uden. Alright, Uden breaks it all up with the 2-win streak from Marseille. Alright, and then this is where I get a 4-win streak, and I believe this is, yeah, this is my wonky Seda group. So still not streaking as hard as I would like. Got broken by, well, yeah, go figure. Got broken against McSwagger group with a low stamina. Anyway, it's not as well as I'd like, but that's fine because my team's got me backed up. Lord McSwagger gets a 3-win streak, but then we get it broken by Seraphim breaks that up. Enora gets a 2-win streak, but then Yantron breaks that up and gets their own 2-win streak. The Bonnie Satrana Tassie. Lord McSwagger, see, they're fighting back now because they're getting their tough teams in there. Lord McSwagger gets a 4-win streak. We get that broken up by Nami. Norman Swagger gets started again, but doesn't work. And then Wolf Kaiser, Samira group. And then, okay, here's where it starts to get more interesting, right? So I get started with my next group, which is a 10-win streak on my Cryo Ulna. So excellent streaking by my Cryo Ulna. Did not expect it to streak that hard, to be honest with you. So it is by one of my weakest groups as far as power is concerned. Actually, no, it's not true. But yeah, anyway, took out a lot of stuff. Is that worth watching that last group, right? Nah, just cryo freezing a bunch of stuff. Moving on. So I finally get it broken up by Mordor with the Siren Lily May, which makes sense because, well, no. Nero's in there to block it, so Nero must have... No, he blocks the initial one. Anyway, we don't care. I lost. Nami backs me up with a nice 5-win string after my streak, and Marcel group doing all that work for him. Londale breaks it and gets a 2-win streak of their own. Calico Cat comes in with a strong 3-win streak over the top of their 2-win. At this point, any streaking is going to be good for us because we are behind still. Mason gets a 3-win streak. Excellent Marcel streak. Sinner's Wrath gets a 2-win streak. Siren Lily May. Lord McSwagger comes back onto the top of us. This is not good. They get a 4-win streak against us with this Seda group. But Say breaks that up, and then Say goes on a massive 7-win streak. That gets us back in position to win the thing with his Cryo group. Excellent work there. And then Say gets knocked out by Chaotic with a Perseus group. But then I come back over the top of him, and I get another 10-win streak with my Zany Siren Kulu group, right? We still had... I was on fumes. I was probably getting ready to die, but then Ike was right behind me. So we still had me. I wasn't technically dead yet, and we had one team after that, and that was Ike's team, which what team did he have left? Oh, Marcel group. Yeah, that's one of our strongest teams. Yeah, he definitely went a streak to a lot harder than me too after that probably. So excellent work by everybody involved, including everybody else that went to other tiles and nodes, because we followed our directions. The plan worked exactly as we wanted it to. It would have been nice to get the whole board, but there's just no way we were too thinly stretched to try to get this. There's just no way we were going to be able to commit anything here other than a Vanguard. So we let Lord have that. Yeah, so we got the entire board. Now it's like, okay, how do we keep it for another round? Because it's going to be the same thing. We're not sure what Mordor will end up doing. They'll either push on both of them again and see if we can beat them both, or they'll push on one hard. And that's probably what will happen. Is I would guess they'll push one really hard, saying, screw you guys, we're taking our 100 back, or we're taking our 80 back, one of the two. And we'll see, but I'm proud of the guild. We did an excellent job following directions there and following a plan, and just great team makeup and team builds. So congratulations to everybody involved. Proud of us, and I'm gonna try to enjoy a little bit of life today.